Good morning. Welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you're here. My name's Jim. I'm a crypto trader and a forex trader, and looking to help you understand this market from an Elliott wave perspective. Glad you're here this Saturday morning. I've got to head off to work. I do. I've got a business called Jim of All Trades as well, where I'm a remodeler. I've got several bathrooms to finish up today, so I want to get this video out quickly to you because I want you guys to be updated on where we're going. I want to remind you about our Litecoin swing trading community right here, where you can join us. It's a great community of learning traders, where and as well as experienced traders, and then traders with all different kinds of backgrounds as well. So we just kind of come together and share our charts and ideas and thoughts. It's a great group. It's a free group. Please find us and join us. Glad to have you. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel here on YouTube before you come, because that's a prerequisite. All right. That being said, let's look into the charts. I'm getting confused where I am here. Sorry about that. That was actually what this is our Telegram group. If you want to come join us, it's a place where I share charts and video. I put out two videos last night, Litecoin video and a Bitcoin video as well, just an update. It was late last night. There was guys up talking that wanted to know. I shared some charts as well yesterday as well. So we have a Patreon group. This is a place where I share a lot of extra information throughout the day, available for one-to-one, one-on-one, conversations as well as help. This is a thank you group for those of you supporting me on Patreon. If you'd like to be part of this group, just click the Patreon link in the description below, and we will get you added. Okay. All right. With that being said, let's jump into BTC. We're going to look at LTC and Ethereum. I want to look at the macro. I want to give you two possibilities of where we might be headed, and then want to show you. Just some trade ideas to think about. Okay. That being said, let's jump in. We are in BTC right now. Let's start on at the 8 hour, just to kind of jump out and see. So got a couple of ideas here, and here's my first and primary count. So what we basically have is, I mean, very simply, we just have an A, B, and a C. Let me just show you what that looks like from maybe a 3 day perspective. Um, it really, if you look over here, I mean, we had something similar just being created, right? Um, Sorry. There we go. Um, so yeah, we've it's just a simple three way move here. A, B, and a C, and so we need to be coming down a little bit further. Okay, so let's go back to the 8 hour, get some more detail here. Um, so this is my primary count. Very simple. Three wave here, three wave here, and we're getting three waves here. Now, the question is, how is this three waves going to be formed? It looks like we could have our three waves, complete. It looks like, as far as we're in the third wave basically. So here's one, two, and now we're getting our third wave down. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can see my numbers there, how I have that. So that's my first play. That's my first count. We're looking for our next target somewhere in the vicinity of 86, 86.80. So that's my next target for the bottom of this third wave. We'll get a little bit of a pullback, and then we're going to be heading down. My primary target's about $75 to $7,600. That is my primary target right now. That's that big green line there. We're going to keep that on the chart. All right, what else? What's the second idea that I have here as a possibility? The second idea I have is that we're actually dealing with and I presented this yesterday, but as potentially a descending triangle. Again, let me just remind you what a descending triangle is. A descending triangle is a triangle with a horizontal bottom. Okay, horizontal, where but the upper trend line is a sloping to the downwards, descending, right? And so basically, what price does is um, price comes down, hits a particular level, buyers come in and push it up. It creates a first point of resistance. Sellers push it back down to that same level, but it isn't. They aren't. Doesn't go any further. Buyers push it up again, but they're not able to push it as high. Sellers come back in, they push it down to the lower side, and if the buyers come back one more time and they push it up lower and lower every time until finally it breaks to the downside. Descending triangles generally break to the downside, so that is a possibility of what we're looking at, a descending triangle, and you can just kind of see it right here. Um, Okay, so I'm looking for this trend line right here. I want to watch price when it gets here at about $9,000. We got a touch here. We got a touch here. Looking for another touch here. We might get a push up here to the $11,000 range. Before we come on down to this target, that's a potential, and if we hit that, it could even come down even lower than that. So I want you to be aware of that potential, that we could have a descending triangle forming. So those are my two counts right now. That's what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. Let's zoom in and see what did I think in my primary count. If we could go down, let's see what we should be looking for. Okay. All right. Let's look at. All right. Sorry about that. Um, so we have right here this last move. It looks like we've got a three-wave move. This is a triangle. I don't know any way else to interpret that. That looks like a triangle. Triangles always happen in B waves, or in the four wave. Well, that's not a four for sure. So it looks like we got a one or an a B, and this was C. Okay. Then we got another A, B, C right there. So we got A, B, C. See if I can get my drawing a little bit better. A, B, C. Now, what I would expect then is that this could be a big A, B, and a C, and that's the way I have it. Or we need another A, B, C. Now, that makes a difference. That really does make a difference whether this is an ABC or a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because of the shape. Now, right now, my thinking is that this is a large, instead of a WXY, this is going to be an A, B, and a C. This is a three-wave A, a three-wave B, and now we're going to get a five-wave C coming down. That's what I'm thinking. So we would have one, two. Now we're in the middle of the third wave potentially. That's a potential. It's not certain, but it's a potential here. We're going up for four and then down for five, and that's how we're going to get down here to $7,500. Okay. That's what I'm looking at, as far as how this wave might play out. So our next target here, let's watch $8,700. So if we come down to this trend line at 9,000, the trend line's sitting at about 90, 90, 70 in that ballpark. 90.50. I mean, just whatever this low was. This low was right here, where it's 90.70 to 90.50 in that ballpark. Watch price there. If we start getting a bounce there, and here's another thing: if we get a bounce here and we surpass this region, there's a really good chance we're going up here. We're going to make another low like that. I mean, it might look something like that. Maybe. I have no concept. I have no idea. But that's a potential. So just be watching this trend line. Watch it bounce. Watch this region. See if we surpass it. If we do, then good likelihood we're going up. Okay, that doesn't mean we're going up forever. It just means that we might come up to this trend line, and then we need to watch what happens here as well. All right. Now, if we don't bounce here and we continue on, you need to watch $8,700. Watch that as our three wave target. Then we could come up for a little bit of a resistance right here to structure, and then we'll be heading on down. Okay. Let's see if there's any trades in the intermediate term right now that you might enter into. In the Bitcoin world here. We got 15-minute chart here. Let's just jump in here. There we go. All right, so you can see I've just drawn this channel here. It's not perfect. I didn't use the wicks. It just felt better to me to not use the wicks in this case. But it's really hard sometimes. It's really hard. In fact, I've drawn this instead of a channel. I think I drew it as I drew it this way as well, using the wicks. That's not bad. There's three touches there. Um, I wonder if I just clone that and see what would happen. Yeah, there's nothing that really touches. I mean, if I exclude that wick, it's not bad. Let me get this back on that just a little bit better. What if I clone that one? I'm going to exclude that one wick, and we got three touches there. Often what I'll do when I'm drawing trend lines is I will like that, or draw on a channel, I will see how many touches I get, and whichever one I get the most touches from, that's what I generally do. Let's put a 50% one in right here. Yeah, we got a touch there. I mean, a lot of times the middle of that channel is, you know, hit as well. So I don't know. That's not too bad there. That's not too bad at all. So we are trading within this channel here. We right now this is we've got a WXY or ABC forming right there. Let me just show you the fibs here. So when the fibs come to the 1276 like it did right here, that's corrective in nature. We did get a three-wave move to the downside. This actually came to the one-to-one extension. What I'm thinking is, this is what I'm thinking right now. We've got, there's your first ABC. There's another ABC. Now we're getting an A, a B, and we're going to get a C up here, the structure zone right there, which is at about 97.60. That's what I'm trading right now. I am currently in a long position just up to that point. I've been in a long position since down here and waiting for this move to finish out. I believe we're going to get it. It looks like we're going to get it. We'll have to wait and see. If this ends up breaking down, that's why I draw these lines. If this ends up breaking down, I'll probably take my profit and call it a day for a long position. Why is it dangerous to be long right now? Because that's opposite of the trend. The trend is bearish right now, and so we should be trading with the trend. Even as a trader, I'm still working on my discipline in that area. I'm not very good at it sometimes. You have to learn and be growing in your discipline for sure. All right. So anyway, what we are looking for this target, I'm looking at for I have a sell set for about $9,700, just shy of where I think the top is going to be. So if that happens, what would the count be? I'm thinking we've got one more wave to the downside. Basically, we would of this particular wave, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 down to this target line right there. That makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, that makes a lot of sense to me, and then I'm going to be looking for a reaction off of that. So I'm going to be looking for a potential long here for that wave to go up. But I don't know that we're going to get that. I can't promise you we're going to get that. I don't have any crystal balls, so understand we could get that. We could get that push all the way down to this region right here, which is, I told you, a fib level. It's the 1618 of the extension of the one wave. It's about $86 to $8,700. So know those are your targets there. So we got two plays. We got to be watching, got to be vigilant, but those are some ideas. So watch 9,000, the 9,000 range. If we break that line, watch $9,600. Look for a bounce there. This bounce will often come back up to this structure zone and then head on down. And that's when we're going to be looking for. That's going to be the big short for you. That's going to be a nice short if you go and hit that $7,500 short. Okay. All right. That's what we're looking at for Bitcoin. Hope that helps you as you think about the market. Let's see what the market gives us. Okay. Let's look at Litecoin. Backing out to the 4-hour, Litecoin is not as plain to see. Here, let me get on the 8-hour just so we can kind of get this in view. There we go. Right now, my big count here on Litecoin is that we've got an ABC working here, and we've got 1, 2. We're making the third wave, 4, 5. So same thing here. 1, 2, 3. The best I can make out is we're making the third wave. It kind of correlates with that count that I just gave you in Bitcoin. So I really like it when they start correlating in my mind. Hopefully, it's just not in my mind that they're correlating. So where could we be headed? Again, you'll see that I have the structure zone marked here. I was doing that's as part of the video that I made last night for my people. But anyway, right here we got this structure zone here. It looks like we've got an A, a B, and a C working. Now this B might not be finished, so keep in mind that could do that and then that. So understand that there's even if we could get a larger A, B, C structure. So it doesn't mean it has to come right up to structure. It could come down a little bit first and then up. If it's going to do it at all, it doesn't have to do it at all. We could do this. Okay, so understand that. But that's my play. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm digging into right now. So my guess is that we're going to get a push up to about $87. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm digging into to see if we get that. So I hope we get that, but I don't trade on hope, but that's what I'm looking for and watching for. Okay, this was a challenging little thing, but looks like we've got a nice corrective structure here. you can see that we got it. Now let me just throw the fibs on that and show it to you. When we show the fibs on here, you can see we came up to my target. I told you yesterday we should be watching 65, and boom, we got a bounce right off of 65. So that's doing very well. And then we've got this move here. What is that move? When I measure it, it doesn't measure very well, so it's probably not finished. It's probably not finished. It measures to the 618. That's more indicative of 5 waves. That might be 1, 2, 3. Let me see what this first wave measures. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Could be 3. This is 4. Gonna make 5. This looks like it might be a 5 wave move, guys. I'm not certain of that, so that kind of tells me we might have more coming. 1, 2. This is 3, 4, and we're gonna get a 5th wave to the downside. Maybe. I can't say that for certain. Nobody can say anything for certain. Just telling you what I'm seeing and the fib relationships between the waves and trying to interpret them. That's what Elliott wave does. A lot of people think that Elliott wave doesn't work. It certainly works, but it's dependent upon my ability to use the repeating patterns and my eye to be able to understand the relationships between the waves and to be able to interpret them well. I'm pretty decent at it, but again, I'm not perfect at it. Right? Nobody is. So that's why I give you alternate possibilities along the way. But I'm pretty good at puzzles. I'm very good at puzzles. Very good at spatial organization. Those are skills that I have. I'm very good at, and so I think it makes me good at charts as well. That's what gives me an edge there. So I've got the edge. Don't lose your edge. Okay. Hey, if you're still watching this video right now, let's play our random comment game. We had one yesterday, and if you missed it, if you saw that in the comments yesterday, the quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog's back. That was yesterday's random comment. Today's random comment. Random comment for the day. When pigs fly. When pigs fly. Okay, just type in "when pigs fly," and that'll let me know you're still watching, and I'll know who's watching, and it'll also just get comments down there. So yeah, thanks a lot for sharing that. Let's have some fun with that. Thank you though everybody who commented, but thank you those of you who watched the whole video yesterday. That was pretty rocking, pretty awesome of you. It was fun to see those comments. There were a handful, about 10 or 15 of you. I don't know, I can't remember, but there was a handful of people that really watched the whole thing, and yeah, I'm thankful. Put out the content and you're watching it, and that makes me feel good. So I enjoy that. Thank you. All right. So yeah, let's look at. So I'm not exactly sure what the structure is. Looks like it definitely looks corrective, but again, you might be getting something like this. Might be A. We got B. We might have one more push to the downside before we hit that target, or we could just head down from here. We got to understand that we could be making some 5-wave structure, 3 waves, and then we're going down. But down is the direction, guys. Down is the way I'm feeling it. Down's the way I'm seeing it. I'm not sure if we're going to get that $67 target. It's a possibility, but I can't guarantee that. So please, 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 let me say it again. Please, please, please don't guarantee it or don't bank on it. I don't know that I would even try to trade it up to there necessarily. Just watch and make sure. We should be looking for short positions. Okay. All right. There's LTC. Where are we heading if we go down? Let's zoom out and see where we might be heading here. I have a target down here on the 3-wave of about $51, and that would be an extension. That would be the 1618 extension of this first wave right here. So we got a 1, 2, we're making the 3, looking to hit at about $51 for our third wave. So be looking for that. We're really looking like we need to go short here. So down to 51. Now that's a good play. That's a $13, $14 move right now. So be careful there. All right, and be watching. My final bottom here is about $36. I don't know if we're going to go that low. That feels awful low, but man, I tell you, we could be heading down that low. I got that from a fib projection as well that I'm not going to show you today just to save time. All right, Ethereum. I haven't done any prep in Ethereum. Let's just take a peek here and see what we've got here. Again, we've got this ABC working. We've got this ABC. Looks like we're getting an ABC working again. Yeah, this looks like 1, 2. Yeah, so I'm thinking that we're dealing with for Ethereum. This is more like an A, B, and a C. It could be a 1, 2, 3, but this looks 3-wave-ish here. So I'm going to think that this is ABC. So let's do the fib projection on that and see what we get here. A, B, we got a target down here of about 145 to 132. This C wave looks like it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. Let's put the fibs on that guy, see what we get here. 1618. Yeah, 2618 seems more likely, I think. So yeah, looking for our next bottom of about 140. It could be, yeah, 144 looks right to me, guys. 2618 extension there. So 144 is the next target I'm looking for on the downside for Ethereum. Now, whether we get a little bit of an up move here back to the structure zone, I think we could. So if Bitcoin comes back up to the structure zone and Litecoin comes up to that structure zone, we should expect Ethereum to come up as well to that structure zone as well. So let's zoom in and look at that and see if we're going to get an up move. But 144 looks like our target. See, well, stop it. So what do I mean by these structure zones and whatnot? You see how this wave came down and there was this structure area here. Well, you see how price came right back to it. Okay, that's really, and we had the structure area here, and price came up to it. Okay, that's what the market does. You see, let me show you another example. Right here, see this little structure zone, then we had another push. Well, you see how this ABC, this price came right back to the top of the structure zone, and then it did a dip, and then it came back up to this structure zone. So, and it came back up and tagged it again. So that's what price does. Okay, so understand that. So as prices come down, you can see this major move, right? So it makes sense to me that we should be coming back up here to the top of the structure zone. And so that's why I'm really looking at this as a first target, as a first potential target at 173. I'm kind of looking for that. So I want to see if we get that. Let's just measure this move here and see what this is looking at. Yeah, we haven't even hit the, we've got this move right here. We haven't even hit the, one-to-one extension. So 173 is looking really good to come up to. So I'm looking at, I think we've got to move up to the upside, guys. I really do. I think we're going to get that in Bitcoin. I think we're going to get it in Litecoin. I think we're going to get it in Ethereum. I know it's looking down, but right now they try to do that for everybody who doesn't know how to read a chart. So what I would do here is draw this trend line on your chart. Watch price. If it breaks that price, and then if it breaks this, ultimately if we come down to this low, watch it if we break it. Sometimes we'll just get a barely a break, and then it'll reverse. So just because it breaks doesn't mean it's going very much lower. 162 is a target I have for the bottom of this third wave. We didn't quite reach it. The fib zone here was 162, so there's a good chance Ethereum might come down to 162 before it comes up to this structure zone. So that is a possibility. Be aware of that, okay? All right, there's our market outlook for the day. I hope that helps you. There's some plays to be watching for. Watch 162, watch the 173 level. I don't know how it's going to get there, but it should get there on both of those targets. And remember, my ultimate bottom target is 144. Not the ultimate bottom, but the next bounce zone, 144 in Ethereum. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. Enjoy your Saturday. Love you guys. Appreciate your support of the channel. I'm humbled and thankful. We're up to 830 some subscribers, so let's get up to 900. That's our next goal. But we're trying to reach 1,000. So like, subscribe, share the video, please, if you can, and don't forget to comment. Bye bye.